The first time humanity saw it move, it was already too late. For centuries, the moon had been a silent companion, pale, cold, and predictable. It was the symbol of loneliness and beauty, the muse of poets and dreamers. But in the year 2087, when the lunar mining station Selene 9 drilled too deep beneath the Mare Tranquillitatis, they woke something that should have stayed buried forever. The discovery. Dr. Evelyn Cross stood in the control room, eyes fixed on the seismic readouts. "Is that a glitch?" she asked, her voice cutting through the static of comms. Lieutenant Omar Reyes frowned at the display. "No, ma'am, that's a pulse. Something's moving down there, under the crust." The station was built to extract helium-3 and rare isotopes, the lifeblood of Earth's new fusion economy. The miners had gone deeper than any human before, 12 kilometers below the lunar surface. That's where they found the cavern, smooth as glass, walls lined with symbols that predated known human language. Then the power began to flicker. At first, the crew thought it was a system's fault. But when the ground began to breathe, expanding and contracting like the chest of a sleeping giant, they realized the moon wasn't just a rock. It was alive, too. The awakening. The first casualty was the drone team. A swarm of automated diggers vanished into the cavern, their feeds cutting to static one by one. Then came the noise, a low-frequency rumble that felt like it was coming from inside their bones. Reyes clutched his headset. "Command, this is Selene -9. We have a seismic anomaly, massive energy surge from the sublunar zone." The signal went dead. Then the floor opened up. A colossal structure rose from beneath the regolith, not metal, not stone, but something organic. It shimmered in the darkness, covered in crystalline veins that pulsed like arteries. From within, a shape began to move, vast, coiling, impossibly ancient. Evelyn stared through the observation window, unable to breathe. "It's not a creature," she whispered. "It's a god." 3. The monster. The thing that emerged was unlike anything seen in the known universe. It had no fixed form, shifting between smoke and substance, tendrils of light and shadow. Where it moved, gravity trembled. The crew's suits cracked under the pressure as they fled the lower decks. The monster's voice wasn't sound, it was a vibration, resonating through metal, through flesh, through thought itself. "You have broken the silence." Evelyn fell to her knees, clutching her head as the words filled her mind. Images flooded her brain, visions of a time before time, when the moon had been a prison, not a satellite. A cosmic tomb, placed there by beings far older than humanity. The monster had slept beneath the lunar crust for eons, sealed away after devouring worlds. And now, because of human greed, it was free again. The escape. The surviving crew, just 5 of them, scrambled toward the shuttle bay. Systems were failing one by one. Artificial gravity stuttered, lights flickered, and oxygen levels plummeted. Reyes tried to re-establish contact with Earth, but the signal was jammed by interference coming from the moon itself. "It's broadcasting," he said. "Using our comms array. It's sending something." Evelyn's blood ran cold. "Not something," she said. "It's calling home." The shuttle launched just as the monster began to rise fully from its prison. From orbit, it looked like a storm made of shadow and lightning, stretching miles high, its form dissolving into tendrils that reached into space. For a moment, it turned toward Earth. And in that instant, every satellite in low orbit went dark. Earth reacts. Back on Earth, the blackout caused chaos. NASA, the Lunar Authority, and the United Nations Space Command held emergency sessions. Scientists analyzed the faint data recovered from Selene 9's transmissions. The signal pattern emitted from the moon wasn't random, it matched cosmic background radiation frequencies from deep space. It was a message, a warning, or perhaps, an invitation. But before humanity could decide how to respond, the moon began to change. Massive cracks appeared along its surface, visible even to the naked eye. Streams of glowing material, like molten blood, seeped from the fissures. Tidal patterns on Earth shifted. Coastal cities flooded. The monster was awakening fully, reshaping its prison into something alive. The truth. Evelyn, the only surviving scientist from the Selene mission, was interrogated in a secure facility beneath Geneva. She barely spoke, but when she did, her words chilled the world. "It's not a monster," she said softly. "It's a guardian. It was put there to contain something worse." When asked what she meant, she handed over a fragment of the black crystal they had recovered before the collapse. Inside it, under microscopic analysis, was a moving pattern, a star map showing thousands of worlds. Every one of them, extinct. "They tried to kill it," she whispered, tears in her eyes. "But you can't kill entropy. You can only chain it. The moon is the chain." 7. The last transmission. A month later, the moon vanished from orbit. One moment it was there, pale and familiar, and the next, it imploded into a sphere of darkness, collapsing inward and then disappearing. For hours, Earth's night sky was wrong, too empty, too silent. Then came the broadcast. All frequencies, all screens, all channels, filled with a single image, Evelyn Cross aboard a lunar pod, floating in the void. Behind her, the monster loomed like a storm of living darkness, eyes like burning galaxies. Her voice was steady. "We thought we found the future in the stars. But we were the infection, not the explorers. The moon was never ours to claim." She looked up at the cosmic shadow behind her. "It's not coming for us. It's going home." Then the feed cut to black. 8. Epilogue. Decades passed. The tides stabilized. Humanity moved on, but the stars above were never the same. Astronomers noticed a new dark patch forming in the constellation of Orion, a region where light itself seemed to vanish. And sometimes, on clear nights, when the Earth was bathed in silence, old radio telescopes picked up a faint pulse. A heartbeat. The monster of the moon was still out there, drifting through the cosmos, free again. Waiting.